Okay, folks, here's what we're going to do today. It's come to my attention that a lot of people have issues with this healing situation. They don't know how to use this, but stuff to get their buddies up out of a jam. If your buddy's down, you got to be able to help them. I'm going to help you today. We're going to set up, show how I set up to make sure that I can help my buddies in a jam. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and get this piece of gear off and pull the belt off away. Belt, take this out, take this out, take this out, take this out. Side of this thing out too. What we're going to do is I'm going to go over here to my vendors and I'm going to set lab rat to level 1. Turn level 1 on. So this is what you get in lab rat basically to start. No MFACs or anything like that. So basics, you start with the basics. You set up a mini, a back. Now this is how you set your character up to ensure that you can help raise your buddies whenever they get hurt. Now I don't want lab rat level 2. I want lab rat level 1. Okay, there's a surgical kit. I'm going to buy the items I need now. Tractable tourniquet, a splint. Kai isn't necessary in the beginning. But these items here you probably should have. And this is definitely necessary. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you where to put these to make maximum effect. You need tourniquets. You're going to need splints. You need a ball, and probably should get a couple of blood bags. And you at least need 1 gauze pad. Probably 2 is best. Splints I recommend too. Now that all's going to come in my inventory right here. Go over here to handshake. I'm going to use a basic tactical belt. 2 holes. That's the first. Oh, and the rig. Small rig. The recon rig, I believe you get this level 1. Level 1, got there we go. Level 1 you get the Alice. You don't have a whole lot of things. CMR got 9 slots. Got that. I put the skillet card. I needed that in order to put it on so I can have a place for the stuff. The tactical belt goes here. Okay, now, what you want to do is you want to put your medical stuff in your CMR, carry it right here, or in your tactical belt, or in your pocket. In order to help your buddies, you need to put it in your pocket. It's actually really important. Now, I recommend the surgical kit go here, when you're starting out. And then your blood bags, you probably want to store them here. In your tack box. I use my whole box, but if you have a 4, you probably want to use 2 slots of them. And then what you do is put 1 bandage here, tractable tourniquet here, splint here, put your eyeball in. Now I've got extra gauze and extra splint. Now, alternatively, you can stick these up here. Now, with the tractable tourniquet, I didn't get enough of those in the corners. the capability of doing right here in this situation. If you go down, you're running, you need to heal yourself. You can go here to this right here. You go T, and I guess it's the wrong one. Do that. That's how you turn your flashlight. You hit H, and you hit H, and scroll down and pick something to hit. Now, how we do this in combat or in the game, you go down to right here to R to use tourniquet, and you hit the right click twice and you back out of that. Now, if you hit H, just tap it, it starts to put the tourniquet on the thing. Now, you hit right click, anytime you start a medical action or thing, you hit right click to cancel immediately, don't lose the charge. That's something that keeps track of lives. Now, if you're running and you hit that tourniquet, you're going to stop bleeding, which means you'll still be able to participate in combat. You're going to be hurt? No. So you're going to want to come down here and you're going to want to hit this eyeballing to stop the pain, and then a gauze pad to stop the bleeding. You need a splint to heal thyself. If your leg's broken, you check your health. If you see your leg needs red or yellow, bones need red or yellow, you need to heal yourself with a splint. If you're bleeding, you need to put a gauze pad in. If it's red and not treated, because you can hover over it, if it says not treated, then you definitely need to put a gauze pad in. Now, if it's internal, you have to do the surgical kit to fix your internal injuries. And that's pretty much the basics of healing. If you have it set up like this, I got it set up. Alright. This is what you do. You've done your ammunition, whatever up in here. And you do it this way. When you're first starting out, you do all right. You'll be able to heal yourself, and you'll be able to heal your buddies. When you need blood, and you're down, and you're healing yourself, is when you try and use the blood bag. You don't want to try and use them immediately. Now, you can alternatively put the blood bags here and not stick them up in there. Okay, well, you have to keep the track alternative available. Here you got two available, so that's a good thing. Now, two gauze pads, that's fine. I would always put the blood bags in here, they'll be available for you to use with the H button as well. But the thing is, you use these when you're healing your friends, and you won't be, you give blood back to them. You can manually give yourself blood bags, and these are sitting in the corner, hiding in the bush, away from the enemy, not getting shot at. This is something you would use when you're not getting shot at. These are when you're getting shot at, you want to use tourniquets and bandages to heal yourself quickly. Don't worry about splinting up. If your leg's not red, you're not going to limp too bad. If it's yellow, you're going to be able to move. It's just going to hurt like hell. And then you can always hit the medicine, and that'll take care of that. If you hit the eyeballing, you'll cure yourself enough to where you don't got to worry about yourself falling down here. If you look at everything, you can inspect it and see what it does. You have eyeballing, 33% efficiency, and 150 seconds, so 2.5 minutes roughly. You'll be painless or pain-free, or to a good point. And that'll stop you from lying in the bushes with some crying. Let's go back over to the lab rat and go over each one of the medicines. You first get these bandages, I think, at level 2. At level 1, she doesn't get any much. You get them with gauze pads. And you need those. These blood bags are very important. You only have a couple. This charcoal, what charcoal does is like if you eat strychnine or one of them other things that makes you feel real bad, you get sick in your stomach, you can take charcoal and take care of it. If you go radiation zone, it's not a bad habit to get this. Because the Chi, which is potassium iodide, which is Ki, you take this to get rid of your radiation, but you take this to get rid of your stomach sickness, your sick stomach, your burbling or whatever. You want to take a chunk of charcoal, cure it up. Now, if you look at the description of it, it says, porous substance undergoes special activation process that enhances absorption process, known to trap and absorb toxins, chemicals, and gases in the intestine, used to address cases of poisoning or drug overdose. So you can get poisoned. They haven't introduced that poisoning thing yet, but it cuts your intoxication down, and that's what you're trying to do. You'll see yourself intoxicated. Certain things, I'll talk about them in a minute, we'll do that. A ball, and we talked about this as a painkiller, and this we just talked about a minute ago. Now the potassium iodide, this is for radiation poisoning. You need these for radiation. You don't have to carry these around much. You don't. I only if you're gonna know you're going to radiation area. You suspect you might want to bring them back. Bring a package. You probably won't need more than one or two. Gauze pads. They're good for two shot. They do 2 wounds per charge, and they have 2 charges. So they're fairly effective, but not the do all and end all. The splint has 2 charges, and it will heal 1 bone per splint. It will do the lower leg or the upper leg. It won't do both. So keep that in mind. The surgical kit, 3 charges in this one. The surgical kit is for your internals. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 uses of this to cure your internal injuries, especially if they're really bad. And the retractable tourniquet, this is a must-have. If you don't have a combat tourniquet, this is necessary. And you put it on to stop the bleeding, because the most important thing you can do is stop the bleeding. You have to stop the bleeding first. That I can't emphasize enough. Now let's go to level 2. Oop. Now this is where we come. This is where you want to get her to. You want to push lab rat up to level 2 as fast as possible. The reason being is because you get these MFACs. MFACs, I'm going to buy one and show you what it's got. The MFAC is a double header. It holds 2, so you get 2 things for the price of 1. If you see them little red HC containers that you find in all over places, pick those up, because they do the same thing as MFAC. They weigh more than MFAC. But now here we have a bandage again. She's got a new bandage. It's a 3-3 bandage. 3 charges, and it wounds 3 wounds each charge. Ouch. So now we're better than this one, but it's all twice the price in a little bit. But I strongly urge you to use the best bandages you can carry in your vein. Now, jump over here. You don't see no change, no change, no change, no change. What is that? Melox. Inspect. Melox is an anti-inflammatory drug that's prescribed to manage pain and inflammation. Now, this is the one you really want to be using for pain, because this one, if you really look at it, they dilute blood and are not recommended to be used. This one actually, if you get shot after using this one, okay, inspect, when you're using this one, for 150 seconds, which is what, 2.5 minutes, you get shot, you bleed faster. Oops. Something to think about. Just keep it in mind. Now the MFAT is another tourniquet. It can be put on fairly quickly. It's got 2 charges, which is better than the other one. The other one's only 1. So, but they both do the same thing. If you can upgrade, get the second one, because you get 2 charges for the price of 1 in the same slot. Now, all these things here, I'm going to go over these for just a second. The pate and the E-bar are pretty decent things. The E-bar does not use hydration when you consume it. The pate does. These items, this cola, well, the cola is hydration, but nothing else. But the E-drink is hydration and 10 energy. So if you're going to buy this, the E-drink is probably the one to buy. This is just water, and then all you do for the water is you get 33. That's 66 total, and it's just hydration. This is other stuff that has nothing to do with this. But E-drinks, pates, and the E-bars are your want-to-buys from Lab Rat at level 2. Now let's, but back to this. When you have an MFAC, we change things a little bit. You take that MFAC and stick it in here, and what happens is now you can stick 2 items, like a gauze pad and an RT in the MFAC. If you had another one, you could stick these 2 blood bags in and stick it there, and it would have more room in your backpack. And the belt would be, put your MFACs in your belt. You have 4 of them here total if you really wanted to. And all this stuff would be in the belt. There's 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and you're good to go. You got 4 of them. They got most of this. You have a lot more room in your backpack for looting, and you're good to go. Now that's how it's done. Now let's do the lab rat, level 3. Level 4 away. At level 3, she's going to get new things and new toys. And this is a nice one. It's med case. It has 30 slots. I have a couple. They're really nice. You can fill them up with supplies that you can buy, because you will run out of supplies. You don't have them. Now, at this level, she also comes out with this PR kit, which I have a couple of those already. I'll show you. And what those are is, guess what? 6 holes. So now, the thing about the QR kit is the QR kit won't go in your pocket. You can't put it there. But this surgical kit can go in the QR kit with a tourniquet, a splint, and a bandage, and maybe a blood bag. And you can drop it in your tack belt. And now, what do you got? You're down to 1 bag and whatever you have in your belt. So now your TMR is free. Your backpack's got less stuff in it. But when you need a heal, all of this is available. So you can raise your buddy, give him a gauze pad, you can give him a tourniquet, you can put a splint on him, you can give him some blood. Everything's here to do what you need to do, and all this is in your back in here too. So you have it in your belt. The only thing you don't have in your belt is the surgical kit. The surgical kit is too big to put in your pocket. You can't put it there. You can put it in your belt, in your back, in your DMR bag, in your rig. That's how that works. Now let me go back to lab rat. Pull her back up. Now that's the wonderful thing about the QR kit. This is the wonderful store stuff. But we notice here, we jump up to a bigger surgical kit. This one's a 5 charge. And then we have, let's see, what's new here? Melox. We have Melox before. Yeah, we did. That's for pain. What is this? Moxiflox. This is an antibiotic. We probably won't even use this right now because I think it's for later game. But the Paracet, oops, wait a minute. Now we have a real good painkiller. 66% efficient. And I strongly recommend once you can afford these, jump to it. Also, at this point, you now have available the best splint. Four charges per package. You got to go with it. These you won't need any more of these because you have combat tourniquets. You have 4. They're fast. They are easy to use, and they're very fast, effective. Now, there's another tourniquet I think later that's a little bit faster. I'm not sure. Somebody told me, but I can't be sure. So you won't be using the red splints. You go to the green. Now this Ori pen here, the jury's out on this. I've tried it. I'm not sure if it works right. I think it does work. It just takes a little bit of time. But the side effect of the Ori pen is it will make you intoxication and pain. So it's going to hurt. And you're going to hurt. And you're also going to be intoxicated. You're going to need that charcoal we were talking about to relieve the intoxication. Remember, intoxication -10. So that's something to keep track. But the nice thing is the bandages now do need three wounds per heal. So you can take care of like 3 bullet holes instead of 2 or 1. And that's basically this. Now she's added L-meat, which is 60 energy and -10 hydration. Not really my idea of a good idea. This, however, is not a bad deal. 65 energy. These are not bad to carry around. And now you have gray zone drinks available at 50 and 15 energy. This is a pretty good shot. I don't normally go. Any of these are all good to have. Water, not too bad. That's 66. This one gives you 100%. 33 or 99% hydration. So they're not a bad choice either. At this point, that's what Lab Rat's got. Now let's move to the 4th level. You finally get her up there and got everything. Then she coughs up one of these things, the EMT bag. Now, we're going to go to how I set my EMT bag. My EMT bag has everything in it. From the kitchen sink on down. I carry the HEPA-pens, the ORs, bandages, splint, surgical kits, and I got my splints. I need another splint. I get to get rid of all these other items. But I carry 2 combat tourniquets, and it's in my TMR bag. Well, it was in my rig. I put it in my TMR or my rig. Because that way I have all next to everything in here immediately. When I'm running down the road, I need it. Now this is what another similar bag. I already set this one up. This is the one I was setting up earlier. But I have these over here. And this is one of the bags I use. Pull these out. And it's got methyl, which that was what I was fixing to tell you. Lab Rat will sell you methyl. Methyl is speed, but it just drains water and it lasts for 5 minutes. You can stack these 5 levels high. You can take 5 of them in a row. And what it'll do is increase your stamina regeneration tremendously. The EPO puns, jury's out on those, whether they work. The HPR, I have heard of people actually nailing themselves with one of these and then getting killed, and the thing actually brought them back from a coma. I'm not sure how true that is, whether it works, but I've heard of it. And as far as this ORI 12, that's the bone replacement thing, and it works fairly well. But the combat tourniquets, 4 charges, and they work really good. You want to use this first. Put this in your belt or somewhere where you can get to it immediately. That's why it's in this pack. When I go to H, I have access to everything in here. Methyl everything. Now I've got the methyl here because the strict methyl helps you out. Paracet and strychnine. Oh yes, I forgot about that. Strychnine makes you sick as hell, but you can run for hours until you run out of stamina. And here's my other bag. I keep this one in my safe box, and this is my blood bags. I've got 9 blood bag charges here. And what that is I don't want to lose them because they're expensive as hell. So I store those right here. And I use them as I need them. If I need one to help the player, I will pull it out and stick it in my TMR bag. Also note that I normally do not use, I use a little bit bigger belt normally. Belt that way. So, as you can see, it's got my Colt bandage. It says QR. Little here. Bandage, strychnine, Paracet, nothing. And then this one's blood. And this one gets me off the ground. And the eyeball and the gauze, those are to be replaced. I do not use these. I used up the stuff that was in here, and I picked this stuff clean. So I stuck it in there. That's not going to stay, trust me. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go here, pull the bandage out, little splint back here, there's that. I pretty much stopped using the injectors. I don't like the way they don't work. So that's where I'm at with that. Oh, that's right. Okay, so here we go, and that's how I set mine up. I have a big EMT bag. This stuff here, I can heal anyone but you. Smaller bag with my speed and extra bandage in it, my painkiller, and I have my blood. No matter what happens, I'm pretty much set to be able to take care of my allies and get them off the ground, get them back in the action with minimal risk, with minimal loss. And that way I can pretend I can defend myself at the same time, keep things tuned up. And that's what it's all about. So remember, vendors, lab rat, level 4, you got all kinds of good goodies, and you pick up the EMT bag, which is really cool. Pick up these Ori pens, and you get all the best of everything. These Seth bandages, oh, I didn't cover this. Seth bandages heal 4 wounds per charge, and they get 4 charges. This is a badass. it's as badass as you can get. That's all I'm gonna say. You want this, and that's it, man. 25 minutes. We've been gone over all the medical in gray zone warfare at the point of 0.3.4. After this, I may update this at this point. That's where we're at. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the battlefield. This is a view from Spellberg. Early in the morning, the sun rises in Spellberg.